Hi, I'm Anne Debraggio. I'm the director of the Kirkland Town Library, and I'm here with Mary Ellen Blakey, who was the founder of our Kirkland Town Library Seed Exchange. So Mary Ellen brought the idea to me back in probably 2014, and I loved it. And it fits right into our the library's mission of expanding access for people. This is a way for especially novice gardeners to be able to obtain some seeds and try something first before they can really jump into it. And it also allows us to meet our mission of helping to educate our community. And the Seed Exchange allows that to do us on a number of levels, not only learning about seeds and gardening and different types of plants, but also sustainability, being more self-reliant. It's really kind of helping our community be more resilient, I think, as well. And it also allowed a place for us to tap into local knowledge, and certainly Mary Ellen has a lot of that. So Mary Ellen, welcome. Thank you for being here today to talk to us a little bit about the Seed Exchange. And maybe we can just start talking about what exactly are heirloom seeds.
Heirloom seeds are the seeds that our grandparents had used and our great-grandparents had used. They're seeds that are tried and true over time. They will breed true to type, and they have been around a long time, and as plants get acclimated to a certain region, they will grow well in certain regions.
So are heirloom seeds more difficult to grow than like your regular seed that you might get from a grocery store?
Well, that's a good question. Yes and no, I would say. Heirloom seeds, for the most part, are just about the same as any other type of seed. You're talking about the F1s, the hybrid seeds. If the soil is prepared well, and the nutrients are right, and there's water and sunlight, they should do just fine.
Yeah. So you mentioned hybrid seeds there, and I've also heard the term open pollinated seeds. So what is the difference between those and an heirloom seed?
An heirloom can be open pollinated. That just means that other varieties can mix, and that's where you get your weirdo squashes that don't look like anything else you've grown, unless you isolate the varieties, and then they'll breed true to type. The F1s, the hybrids, are done in a laboratory basically, and they are bred for certain things. They may be bred for resistance to fungus or certain bugs, and there's a thing called hybrid vigor. So they may be, the first year you may get a very robust crop from hybrids, but you're not going to get the same result the next year or the year after that. You can't really save those seeds. But for a lot of varieties, people may prefer a particular type of, say, beefsteak tomato. So they may have a favorite hybrid, and that's fine to grow, but just don't save the seeds.
So we can talk a little bit about seed saving in a minute, but I wanted to ask, what are your favorite heirloom seeds to plant?
Oh boy. Well, my favorite bean is the Kentucky Wonder, and that's, it comes in bush and vine, and I like the vine. I just put up a tripod of poles and let them go, and they're just so much fun in the garden. And really a delicious bean too. My neighbor likes the Blue Lakes, and it's just a matter of taste. For tomatoes, I think you can't beat a brandywine it's a good eating tomato. And the Amish paste I grow every year and make sauces from and cook with. There's just so many good squashes out there, and we have kind of a favorite squash here too with a funny name, but it's called Long Island cheese. And it was named cheese not because of how it tastes, but it looks kind of like a circle of cheddar cheese, And we have a very, very adept gardener, and that's become her favorite. squash to grow, and it's kind of a neat in the garden too. It looks great. So sometimes we just grow these for look, but she loves the taste too. And I think the importance of hybrid of heirlooms are their flavor, and I think they have the flavor all over other different types of seeds that you might get.
Right. So someone is going to start, and they're going to take some seeds from here. We have how many different varieties? Over probably 50 different types of seeds that you can try. So hopefully you'll find something that they'll like.
Right.
And you mentioned preparing the soil.
Uh-huh.
So is there anything particular I should do as I dig up my backyard?
Well, yes, of course. And it depends on how far you want to tweak your soil. Some vegetables like beans will probably grow in anything.
Okay.
You throw them out the window and they'll grow, like jack and the beanstalk. Other things are going to need a little bit more care. But our soil here in the Clinton area, town of Kirkland, is very much clay. And clay is not a great growing medium, so you need to add more like soil amendments like compost and things like that. So yeah, beans will grow anywhere, but you also want to make sure that there's sufficient light and a source of water too.
Okay, great. So I've got my plants growing. This is exciting. And I'd love to be able to save some of the seeds. How do I do that?
Well, there's 4 varieties that are really great to start with. They're easy to save because they're self-pollinating and they will produce the seed the same year. Other varieties get a little bit more complicated and complex, but we've got lots of books here in the library that will teach the more complicated seed saving methods. But beans, peas, tomatoes, and lettuce are very easy to save. And we have the little instructions that you can pick up here. When you pick up your seeds and you want to save some of your Kentucky Wonder pole beans, you can do that, and there's instructions for doing that.
Okay, great. So that's all part of the seed exchange. And do you want me to bring back any of my seeds?
You're welcome to, and you can leave them at the front desk. Just label them what they are and how the methods of the seed saving. But you don't have to. I mean, these are just so people can try an heirloom, see what it tastes like, see how easy it is to grow, and they can go off on their own and buy their own seeds after this year, or come back next year and grow some of the seeds that we offer.
And I will say, Mary Ellen, one of my favorite things about this was your harvest dinner that we always used to be able to do at the end. And I will say gardeners are so generous and would even bring back in produce that they grew that we would share out with members of the community here too. So who knows where we'll be come this fall, but we're looking forward to starting to grow some things. So anything else you want to share with everyone about that seed exchange here?
No, just that in each little packet there'll be about 10 seeds. So if you want to grow more, take a couple of different packets. If you just want to try something out, it's just enough to get you going. You don't have to bring the seeds back, but it is welcome, especially if you want to try some of these, the easy ones to do. And it would be lovely to have a community potluck again with our stores from our garden.
I know, I hope so too. So thank you so much. And of course, you're always available if anyone has any questions about the seed exchange.
Absolutely. And we have run a couple little training sessions too, one for beginning gardeners. We've done some specializing in how to save seeds. So
fingers crossed. We'll be back doing that.
Maybe someday soon.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Marietta.
Thanks to you.